Alright everybody, I'm 7of8, welcome to this video. So unless you were absent from internet today, you will probably know that finally the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire are confirmed by Nintendo, by Game Freak, with the names of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So I'm making this video to talk about them for a bit, and first of all, you might ask what's my opinion about them. Well, I'm going to tell you just one thing. When I first saw the announcement, I was like, holy I absolutely loved Pokemon Ruby when it was first released. There are probably some nostalgia factors as well, but the whole game experience, I can't explain how much enjoyable that game was for me, for my childhood. So, considering that Pokemon Ruby is my favorite Pokemon game and probably my favorite game in general, seeing it as a remake on the 3DS with 3D visuals, new Pokemon, and I don't know what else, is unbelievable. And I know that many people don't like the third generation, and they will probably complain that Pokemon announcement was made and it was about remakes and not 7th generation Pokemon. But come on guys, that's like natural. Who would expect a 7th generation Pokemon to be released that soon? But anyway, I'm here to talk about my opinions on the game, some rumors, speculations, and to generally have a discussion with myself and probably with you in the comment section below. I would love to hear your opinion on these games. So first of all, the release date. It's going to be international. Oh yeah. I really like that Game Freak continue the trend of releasing games internationally, so we don't have to wait until the actual states release the game to our countries. This is a pretty awesome thing, considering that the Nintendo 3DS is region locked, which means that you cannot play imported Pokemon games. So in order to play, let's say, Japanese Pokemon Omega, Ruby or Alpha Sapphire, you would need to have a Japanese 3DS, which I don't know many people having them. So that's that. Oh yes, and it's going to be released on sometime November 2014, which is pretty close, and I'm really excited about that. However, you might be surprised to know that, but I still don't have a 3DS, and neither have I played Pokemon X and Y. Yes, and in case you didn't watch my previous video, that's because my whole house was robbed last summer, so I lost everything, and since I am on my senior year of high school, I need to focus on my studies, so that's why I decided not to get a 3DS until I'm actually going to get one in 1 month from now, because my exams are going to be finished then. But anyway, alright, let's talk about something else that many people argue about on the internet. I've read several forums, and the topic is about the actual legendaries, Groudon and Kyogre. I hope I'm pronouncing them correctly. But watching them in the cover of the games, they seem different to some people than the original designs of Groudon and Kyogre. But some people think that they might be mega evolutions of the legendary duo. Other people think that they might be new forms, just like the origin form Giratina in Pokemon Platinum. And other people just think that they are redesigns of the current designs of Pokemon Groudon and Kyogre. As for me, I definitely see some difference in them For example, Kyogre is more obvious. New symbols and lines have been added to its head, as you can see. Other lines have been extended, and the actual markings on its body have been changed from red to blue. And both Kyogre and Groudon are glowing. And we also can see some fire going on behind Groudon and some rocks, and you know, Kyogre is probably inside some kind of ocean, but that's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, what would you expect different? I don't know what to believe. I think that they might be new Mega Evolutions, considering that people actually found that there are Mega Evolutions of Latios and Latias in Pokemon X and Y. But another thing comes here into mind, which is how are these games going to be backwards compatible with X and Y if there are new Mega Evolutions that are not in the code of the X and Y games. Well, a user on the forum said something very clever, and that's patch updates. You know, since the Nintendo 3DS has launched, games can receive patches and games can receive patches from the Nintendo 3DS shop, which means that more content can be added into them. And since Game Freak doesn't like DLC at all, paid DLC actually, these patches could come for free. And many people argue over the fact that why would Game Freak add Mega Latios and Mega Latias into X and Y if they were going to release a patch for the new Mega Evolutions of the game? Well, that's most likely because we're going to see an event, a promotional event for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire in the future. For, you know, for Pokemon X and Y, for Mega Latios and Mega Latias. That's pretty simple. So I believe that both the legendaries and the starters are going to receive Mega Evolutions, because what is really the point of having a Mega Evolution given to just Blaziken? I think that's unfair. Many people would love to have Mega Evolutions for Swampert and Sceptile as well. So I think that's a thing. It is going to happen. Also, Game Freak did not reveal any footage or pictures from the games, which is rather disappointing. But we saw some... Actually, it said that players will explore a new region. So this is another topic many people argue about. Some believe that the Hoenn region is going to be revamped. Like new places are going to be added, cities are going to be modified, and other people believe that the whole games are not going to be placed in Hoenn region, which is definitely not the case here. You see, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire were released back in 2004, if I'm correct. I think 2003, yes. So many new players do not know Hoenn region at all. So Game Freak wants to make the new players feel more comfortable with the region and to get the hype up for all the people by saying that it's a new region, which actually means it's not Kalos region or not Unova region, it's a new region. It's Hoenn region, which is of course going to be revamped into the 3D style, and most likely a battle frontier will be existent, because if you can remember, Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver had elements from Pokemon Crystal, so it is pretty logical for Omega Ruby and Aqua Sapphire to have elements from Emerald, like the battle frontier. And one last thing I can... oh wait, no. I would actually want to say one more thing. Two. You see, on Kyogre's fin, you can clearly see, under the blue markings, there is the Team Aqua symbol. And on Groudon, on his leg and his hand, it can be seen the Team Magma symbol. Could this mean that Pokemon that, Team Aqua or Team Magma created something that made Groudon or Kyogre Mega Evolve? Or, I don't know, could it be something for the storyline? And one thing, and the other thing is that usually Japanese logos of the games reveal information about them, and English logos do not. For example, on Pokemon X and Y, the Japanese logos had that DNA symbol, which meant Mega Evolution, obviously, while the English logos did not have that. I searched and I found out that on the Japanese logos of Omega Ruby and X Sapphire, there is a little orb on both of them, which has the letters A for Aqua Sapphire and M or Omega, I can't remember, for Omega Ruby. And I don't know, I'm just saying that this could be a new element, or they would probably want to showcase the Mega Stones for Groudon or Kyogre. Who knows? And okay, one last thing I want to talk about before I end this video is the argument that consists of these games being sequels, direct sequels like Black and White 2, or just remakes. And in my opinion, and that's most likely the correct one, is that they are not sequels. I mean, Pokemon X and Y 2 were sequels to X and Y, but they had a 2 after their name. And every remake in existence of Pokemon has another word before the name of the original game, like Fire Red or Leaf Green. They had Fire and Leaf before their names, or Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Just like those, they have Omega and Alpha, which are the first and last letters in Greek alphabet. And that's interesting. But yeah, that's what I want to say. I mean, I think they are not going to be sequels. Okay, so that's everything I wanted to say. I would like to hear your opinion about these games. Are you excited? What features would you want to come back with these games? Yes, let's start the conversation in the comments. I'm gonna talk with you about whatever you want. Just post. Did you like the original games? Are you excited for these? And just speculate, post rumors, everything. And the last thing, I got over 2,000 subscribers, which is great. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry for not uploading videos, but just like I said, I'm more focused on my school this time. However, I thought that was an important announcement that needed to be made into a video. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I am T788. Subscribe, like if you want, if you like this video, and I'll see you all later.